So hi everyone, welcome to the New Year's Eve of 2024. I'm your host Bernhard. I'm currently on MDMA as I use it for um, therapeutic purposes, to explore myself, to explore a state of consciousness that's altered, a state of being that's more free and less restricted by the ego and by the confines of social society actually, right? So usually I would have a certain pressure while speaking, that I have to say something, that I have to impress someone or whatnot, right? There's many things. But right now I can just stand here and talk, right? And I think practice can also get you there, right? If you practice talking to the microphone, to the to the webcam and to other people on the internet, recording it, podcasting it, right? You get there at some point that you can also talk freely and with more confidence probably than, yeah, and not needing to take MDMA. But right now I took it and it makes me feel like I'm talking in a very natural voice, right? I feel a bit restless because that's one of the, I would not say side effects, but main effects. You feel like super relaxed in a sense. Um, yeah, nothing is bothering you really. You are really in an open state where your ego is not interfering with how you feel, or like it doesn't tell you, ah, you should do this, you should do that. I mean, you can be aware of it. You can sense, there's maybe an urge that you would usually influence you way more in the way you feel, in the way you stand in front of the camera and other people, right? So if my ego was now present, it would tell me, oh my God, I have to stand straight. I have to, you know, be a certain way, check myself in the mirror and so on and so forth, which I still do, by the way, because I think it's just very interesting to see a moving person like a puppet talking and doing something. But yeah, this natural state is very, very maybe achievable without MDMA, because I know people who are actually, and maybe it's just a persona, maybe it's just a show persona, but on stage or like they can be like that. Like Julian LeBlanc is one person that coaches people and he does workshops and so on, and he's kind of displaying this persona that I'm on MDMA, which I'm usually not, right? So very interesting, and I think he came to this place of being like that, or like at least maintaining it or getting back into it. I think you can always switch into this mode, right? Once you can learn to let go of belief systems, of the societal conditioning and so on, and keep it away by doing inner works, and doing meditations, which he does apparently multiple times a week. So yeah, like the confines of the ego have to be stretched, they have to be removed, and then you can talk freely. The reason why I'm taking sunglasses, and this is my eyes, I can also talk without, of course, is because I want to feel cool. There's like a certain image of coolness, right, with glasses that we have imprinted on our minds, or at least I have. Um, yeah, and it's so funny because also I usually wear glasses, optical glasses, and I think that bright lights and everything is too much when on MDMA. I think that toning down the lights is very helpful. So the shades help me with that as well, and I can see clearer because I usually wear glasses and they are optical as well. But yeah, here I am with my natural eyes, and they are a bit big. The pupils are big, of course, because I'm MDMA. Yeah, it's so funny to experience this. So thank you for listening to this first episode for this talk, podcast, name it whatever you want. I just wanted to share something, and I'm exploring that. I will now continue um, thinking about, yeah, my past, my person, my anxieties, my whatever is bothering me usually and is now not present, right? Because I'm often thinking about certain topics. I think about my anxious attachment, which I still have to cure. Um, and I'm in situations where I talk with people, or like I encounter people where I or automatically feel like, I'm switching to be a different person that fits into a frame that I have in my brain, a frame of, let's say, there's a person, and he reminds me of one of my best friends who abandoned me, right? my abandonment wound, my anxious wound says, do everything to make him not leave you. Make yourself small, or like not small, but yeah, my voice gets higher, and I'm automatically seeking his approval. I'm automatically saying like, I have to, or like thinking I have to, or like this. It's a feeling. It's not even a verbalized thought. It's more like a feeling that says, I cannot be myself. I have to be cool. I have to be impressive. I cannot be myself. I have to be cool. I have to be impressive. I'm repeating this because there was like my tool was saying, hey, there's troubles with your recording. So I think it got that still. Yeah, and yeah, being free in this state. But so yeah, there's lots of things that you can observe when you're sober, and awareness is key. This is like the biggest thing I learned, independent of any substances. Don't take this first appearance of MDMA as a guideline. But now I'm just managing opinions again, which I shouldn't do, right? But I'm usually sober and I'm deeply exploring myself, right? And I'm checking these things. Like if I'm in a situation where I have these flashbacks, and I had actually to step behind myself. I have to step so far behind myself to see, why am I feeling like this? Why am I automatically urged to be like that and not relaxed and myself as I'm usually are? I mean, it's still myself, but I feel more like myself if I feel not as if I have to prove myself, which makes total sense, right? So there's some abandonment wounds that I'm carrying from certain friendships, especially with boys, with males, and it still goes on. So in the everyday life, if I have these people that give me the same vibes as other people who kind of oppressed me, or like some, yeah, taught me to behave in a way in order to gain their friendship and their valuation of them, then I lost the track. But then, yeah, if I get reminded of that, I can see how I immediately I'm tense. I'm like, don't make wrong moves. Just say something cool, something funny. Get their approval. Get their approval. Yeah, and I want to get free of that. So this is also my main theme of this day, of this evening. By the way, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve. I hope you have a wonderful start in 2025. Much love to you guys, and I will keep going into my anxious wounds, into my den here at home with a bit of music, with a bit journaling, and maybe doing more recordings, as I feel like this is a very good option to practice also speaking my mind, and yeah, hopefully releasing this video. Maybe someone will see this, actually hear this, right? And you never know what ripple effects you cause by doing actions. And this is the last one I will leave here. Maybe I'll round it up so the video gets 10 minutes. I don't know if this is relevant for YouTube or something, if I even put it there. Ripple effects, right? If you do something that is very, it doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's say you do something and it comes from the goodness of your heart, like you want to be of service to others, right? You never know, even if it's a very small step, a small thing that you do, you never know what impact it has. So if you do, let's say you are on the comment section of YouTube, right? And there's one person saying something, or like you are the person actually commenting in a very positive way, giving people suggestions, ideas about something, right? Just being there, right? Just leaving a comment there. You don't know who's gonna read that. It's out of control, which is perfectly fine. But at the same time, you don't know how much people it will affect in a positive way. And the same goes, of course, for the negatives. Like, do you want to stand out as a person who's like, super negative, and some people are like, oh my God, I will crush this person, or like, I don't like what they're saying, I'm disgusted. I don't know, giving them maybe a bad day, or like a moment of reading this. But let's focus on the good one. If you do something good, it doesn't matter if you are the original poster of the comment, or if you are replying to someone, right? If you're like, let's see, I leave a comment saying something nice. Just imagine if 1,000 people read this, and if only one person takes a message from this with value that helps them, they feel like, wow, I never thought about this. This is a very interesting thought. And they then include it in their life. Or it maybe, that's the thing, you don't know what's happening after, right? Maybe they go along the day, they read this comment and they go and they do something and they are so inspired by this idea that they help others, right? They go to work and they're like super happy and like talking about this topic to others, and the next people are like, oh wow, it's a cool idea, it's like a cool concept, I like it, I will follow this as well, and so on and so forth. And you can really insert any example here. I'm just giving like a random thing, right? You don't know what a single comment can cause, what a post can cause. You don't know what a simple compliment can cause to a people. If you say someone, hey, you're such cool, like, you have such cool clothes, you're like such a cool style, you don't know how it will impact them. Maybe it will be like, what doors can be opened. You never know it. These ripple effects are present for everything we do. Even me holding this water. No, but yeah, you get it, right? Every interaction on this planet, like saving animals, planting trees, everything has an impact, and you can't even measure it. That's the thing, you can't measure it. You have to not think about it, about this will be pointless because, yeah, if let's say I fight against a certain thing that I don't like. Let's say take climate change as an example. If I reduce my CO2 footprint, there's so many people who don't. There's so much impact, like missing impact, right? What can I do, right? But that's the thing, you don't know what happens if you do it, and if you maybe tell other people about it, they will also start doing it, and you have a ripple effect, and it's out of your control. You don't see where it ripples. You never do. And I had many moments in my life where I was actually coming to a place where I took some random thing from the internet and was like, this is exactly what I needed, right? And this is also the great thing about now, every day, about this day and age, where we are so connected. I think it's a bliss. Social media is a bliss in this context. I don't think it's a bliss when it comes to addiction or the attention span or like the doom scrolling part, but I think it's a portal that connects people. So people like I, on MDMA somewhere in, okay, I'll say like Austria, can talk to people who are like wherever you are living, right? And I hope you have a very nice New Year's Eve now. And yeah, I don't know what ripple effects I will cause. Just keep that in mind. Everything matters. Really, everything matters, even if it's not measurable immediately. I know that's the hard part, right? Like it's so easy to have something like, I built this, it's a product, it's done. I have done this, it has an impact, someone buys it, someone uses it, I can see what's happening, right? Or I help someone with an activity, they are helped, I see the result, right? In every aspect, right? But all these tiny things like placing comments or, I don't know, doing something nice. Every nice thing can cause ripple effects. And I think if we keep on the path of being, nice to other people, of being loving, being in a community, thinking of being of service to others and not just ourselves, I think we can actually make a difference in this world, and we can create a world that is not so divided and will succeed, and not going into the wars that's it. I don't know, like there's so much, yeah, pointing towards crisis and wars and devastation, right? But I think we can avert it if we keep making positive ripple effects. Thank you for listening. My name is Krakenhut. Now I'm also Bernhard, but um, yeah, I will post it as Krakenhut because that's my pseudonym. I like it a lot. And see you next time. I hope maybe even on a sober level. Bye.